All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas.
All right, race fans, welcome to Richmond Raceway. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and this is TurnLeftTV. All the High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series hits the short track, Richmond Raceway, and it's race number 9 of the season. It's 130 laps, and it is a great short track. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory here at Richmond? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, it's Friday night. You know what that means? That means the Buschwackers Series in town. It's Richmond Raceway tonight. Race number 9 of the season. Let's get this party started. All right. Thank you so much for coming in here to TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here tonight. And we've got a good one in store for you. Right now, we are looking at a little practice session here, of course. And this is Richmond Raceway. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. And 130-lap race at this great short track. Round number 9 of the season. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. And also, you want to host your website, your online store. How about some VPS hosting or shared web hosting? Those are also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. And that's who provides our service here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Don't forget to join us over there. Get updates when races are going live and what the schedules are, what the point standings are. A little chitter chatter once in a while, and a quick link to TurnLeftTV. Got a big field here tonight at Richmond. Let's take a look at the schedule here at in the Buschwackers Series. Of course, this is race number 9 tonight in a 130-lap race. Next week, we'll finish out the season. We'll be at Michigan for a 100-lap race. And Michigan, always a fun track. There'll be a lot of side-by-side racing there, and that will determine the championship. And then we'll be kicking off our next season the very next week. So we finish out on August the 2nd. You know, we'll be back on August the 9th for a brand new season. But first, before we get there, we've got 2 races to go, and that's Richmond tonight and Michigan next week. The High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We had a great race last week, or earlier this week, I should say. 110 laps from Phoenix, though, coming up on Tuesday, July the 30th. And it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Let's take a look at the track here at Richmond. 3/4 of a mile in length, 1.2 kilometers. Of course, there are 4 turns. If you want to consider between 4 and 1 a big turn, then it's less than that. Obviously, 14 degrees of banking in the turns, 8 degrees on that front stretch where that the D part of the oval, the curved part of the D oval. Backstretch, 2 degrees of banking. So I think, man, we call this a tri-oval. It almost feels like here at Richmond that you're never not turning from once you get off of turn 4 and get out of turn 2. You get that little backstretch there, but I'll tell you what, man, the front stretch really makes it feel like you're turning the whole time. Saturday Night Thunder will be in action tomorrow night for race number 8 of this season. And it's a 130-lap race from Richmond. The Cup Series back in action this Saturday. Last week we had a little short deal there because I had some homework to do. Couldn't make it. But this week we'll be back in action at Richmond at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on July the 27th. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And by all means, please smash that bell. You'll get updates when races are going live. And thanks to all those people who come out each and every week to watch, whether you're watching it live or on replay. And also, thank you to my new subscribers and welcome. Appreciate you being here. Send a link to all your friends. Get them out here and subscribe to this channel. I love doing this stuff. And I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Let's take a look at the point standings coming into tonight. With tonight and next week to go, we got a tight points battle. Claudio Bardelli Jr. now has inched ahead of Arthur Vieira. They were tied going into last week's race. Dennis Yuchin sits 3rd in points. Gordon Carter 4th. Franco Alvarez is 5th. You see Givaldo Spindola is 6th. Julio Caligari 7th. Dana Grover 8th. 9th is Sean Jacobs, and Gilmar Peixoto sits in the 10th position. Take a look at page number 2, led by Gelson Neto in P11. Todd Robillard not here tonight, so we can take a little bit of a hit in the points. Sets 12th, Ben Silva 13th. 14th is John Stanley. Steve Pierce in that top 15. 164 points. You see Jesus Iglesias, Dan Ricker, Preston Hassel, Thiago Gomez, and Jair Oliveira rounding out at the top 20. And there is P21 through P30. These guys raced early in the season and haven't been back. So there we go. There's 31 and 32. These guys are headed over to the qualification session. Take a look at Chris Hughes. I think we're going to go to the qualification session here. Oh, I thought he was out first, but looked like there were a couple still on the track. Let's take a look at my keys to the race here tonight. While these guys get ready to go to the quals. So it looks like Jesus Iglesias might be our first. He might be our first driver out here tonight. We'll see. Passing patience tonight, man. It's going to be a lot of two-wide racing. Getting into the corners, very, very important so you don't burn those tires up. You're going to be racing side by side as well. Track position is king. It's really hard to pass here. Make sure your pit stops are on point and limit that aggressive driving, man. That will really, really cause some problems, especially with those right side tires. So those are my keys to the race here at Richmond. Givaldo getting started here in the chat session. Good to see Givaldo out tonight. He said giving us the update there. Claudio, Arthur, and Dennis, the top three in the championship points. So a lot of things can happen tonight, as Givaldo has astutely pointed out to us. We'll take a look at the 83. Had a big win last week. Brand new paint scheme here. Franco Alvarez out on the track. For our first qualifier. I believe he is anyway. $20.575. $20.575 is the time. So 5.75 for Alvarez. Sure we got this at the live feed. Oh, we got somebody spinning out there. Sean Jacobs has had some trouble. Looks like maybe Sean Jacobs maybe got his lap in. Take a look at Chris Hughes here in the 7 car. And right now in the second position, Gilmar Peixoto in the 71. Gilmar looking to move up the grid. Right now shown in the 13th position. Right now he moves up to 9th, and so improves that run. So good job to Gilmar. Well, 5.75 is the time to beat here. Let's see where Ed Palumbo lands. Right now, looks like he's finished up his qual. Got Stanislav Pavlov here in the 62. Good to see Stanislav back at it. He's got a brand new paint scheme here. It looks like a Ghostbusters theme. So Bardelli Jr. with a 5.04 is the top time. Where can Stanislav land his car here to 62? He's right now in the 14th position. Got a little work. He was pretty fast there in sector number 2. Sector 1 just a little bit off, about 0.2 off. And not fast there, 20.783, moves up to P6. So good starting position here so far for Stanislav Pavlov. Jesus Iglesias and his new paint scheme. Looks like he's just finished his qualification attempt. How about the 89? Dana Grover with a 20.891, moves up to P9 here in quals. He's racing in the Trax VR, sponsor number 89 Toyota. $20.816. Dana Grover looks like he's going to start in the 8th position. It looks like everybody has finished qualifying here, so these guys got about 6 minutes, just under 6 minutes left. They're going to go through the drivers' meeting, it looks like. It looks like Claudio Bardelli Jr. Way over there in that side of the... where's he at? He's under the roof. There you go. Looks like these guys are done qualifying. So thank you so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate it. And let's get this party started. All right. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Richmond Raceway tonight. It's the High Octane Racing League Buschwacker Series. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being here. We have about 2 minutes left technically in the qualification session, so not really quite ready to kick it over. These guys are going through the drivers' meeting right now. We got some more racing headed your way this weekend. We'll be at Richmond Raceway for race number 8 of the season. 130-lap race tomorrow in the Cup Series. And it's race number 8 of the season. That's the High Octane Racing League Thunder Cup Series. Tough Trucks will be in action on Tuesday at Phoenix. What a great track that is, huh? We argue about this a little bit. I say it's kind of like 5 turns. It's not really that kink is pretty significant. I always treat that as a turn, but this is an interesting track. Very unique track. It's race number 4 of the season, and what a great series we've had so far in the Tough Trucks. That's coming up on July the 30th. That's Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 110 laps from Phoenix.
TurnLeftTV. 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 Your butts, cause this is gonna be a great show. Heath Johnson saying all you need to know. We got fast cars racing, hopefully you're pacing. Are you ready for some high-speed action? Step on the gas. Alright. Race fans, my heavens. My heavens. Buschwackers! Saturday night! Thunder! Tough Trucks!
All right, we are back. Thank you so much joining me here. We got qualification results in. Let's take a look at where we sit. Claudio Bardelli Jr. will start in P1. Franco Alvarez starts in the second position. Chris Hughes will start third. Gelson Neto fourth. Row number 3 will be Craig Marizon. And how about this? Stanislav Pavlov back at 62. Benner Silva will start 7th. Dana Grover 8th. Dennis Udichin starts in the 9th position. And John Stanley will round out the top 10. Starting in 11th will be Sean Jacobs in the 24. Gilmar Peixoto starts in 12th. Jesus Iglesias in the 22, brand new paint scheme for him, starts in the 13th position. Tony Furtado in the 9 will start 14th. Julio Caligari, also a brand new paint scheme, will start in the 15th position. Ed Palumbo starts 16th, and 17th is Givaldo Spindola. Looks like we have about 7 minutes left to go in the warm-up session, and some chatters in here. Dana Grover wishing us all a good Friday. Putting on a great show. Good to see Dana in here, one of our great Canadian drivers. Again, thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Pleading to you to do that. And also smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live here at TurnLeftTV. Thanks to all the subscribers. Thanks to people who come out and watch the races. If you are a regular out here to watch these races, please hit that subscribe button. That helps me out, get these races out there to more and more people checking it out. Also, please click on that SimLab web link down in the description of this race. I'm an affiliate through them. I have a SimLab race rig myself. I actually broadcast and race from my race rig. And it is solid, man. I'll tell you what. It's you need a couple people to move it. Once you get it all together, get everything attached, it gets pretty heavy there. But it is really rock solid, man. You're not going to get any flex, anything like that in this the GT1 Evo race rig. Gilmar Peixoto also joining us in the chat session. Best of luck to Gilmar. Well, I'm going to have to get my pick in here, so we've... Man, this is a tough one. I am going to pick tonight's Ben or Silva to win this race. He's out here early getting some laps in. Take a look at him in the 5 car, getting practicing pitting. This thing could be a matter of win or lose right here, getting on and off pit lane. So it's a tough pit lane to get on, and not extremely difficult to rejoin the racing surface after you exit the pits. But I think getting on the pit lane can be pretty challenging. See Dennis Utichin making a pit stop here, getting some practice in. Always good to practice the pit stop situation. Again, don't forget, next week, the final race of the season will be at Michigan International for a 100-lap race. And we haven't been to Michigan in a while, so it'll be interesting how this works out. That should be a fun race. I mean, really, it's going to be probably 2 and 3 wide there. But it has been a while since we've been to Michigan. We'll have a new schedule announced next week. So we just carry on the next week. We'll start off, I think, Season 4, and we're going to have the Steve Freeze Memorial Race in that season as well. So well, we got about 40 seconds left to go here in practice, and we're going to head over to the qual session. So headed to the qualification session now. So race number 9, and headed over to, did we say quals? We said race. My God, what are we talking about? We're headed over to the warm-up session. I'm clueless right now. I've got somebody barking in my ear, and I should just give up this broadcast tonight. What an amateur show. All right, these guys now in the warm-up session. Finishing up the warm-up session. Looks like somebody just got back. Had to do a little bit of a restart here. Well, you got your picks in? All right, so they restarted warm-up. Now they are back. Now we're going to the race. All right, boys and girls. So it is Richmond tonight. 130-lap race. Going to be a fun one, I think. Let's take a look at the starting order. Looks like we might have lost. Oh, we got Chris Hughes back. We're having some connections issues there. Okay, let's take a look at the starting order. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 19 starts in P1. Franco Alvarez starts in the 2nd position. Chris Hughes starts in 3rd. Gelson Neto starts in the 4th position. Starting in 5th will be Craig Marizan. Stanislav Pavlov starts in the 6th position. Benner Silva starts in 7th. He's my pick to win here tonight. Dana Grover starts in the 8th position. Starting in 9th will be Dennis Uderchin. John Stanley starts in the 10th position. Sean Jacobs 11th. Gilmar Peixoto starts in P12. Starting in the 13th position will be Jesus Iglesias in the 22. Tony Furtado starts in 14th. Julio Caligari 15th. Ed Palumbo starts in 16th position. Starting in 17th will be Givaldo Spindola, and Arthur Vieta starts in the 18th position. All right, these guys had to do a little bit of a these guys going to have to do a little bit of a restart here. Somebody did not or was not able to join the grid.
Attention grid, we're all non-essential personnel.
All right, back at it. Here we go, baby. All right, so these guys getting a little bit of a second look at it. And I think we are good to go now. So one of the guys there, for some reason, wasn't populating on the grid, so we'll do a little bit of a restart. Sometimes that happens in RF2. All right, we'll go through the roll call here again, and I apologize to all the viewers out there. Start on P1. How about that? That'd be a good place to start. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts first. Franco Alvarez second. Chris Hughes will start in the 3rd position. Gelson Neto 4th. Craig Marizon starts in 5th. Stanislav Pavlov will start 6th. Benner Silva 7th. Dana Grover 8th. Dennis Uderchin 9th. John Stanley will start in that 10th position. Starting in P11 will be Sean Jacobs. Gilmar Peixoto starts 12th. Jesus Iglesias 13th. Tony Furtado 14th. Julio Caligari starts in the 15th position. Ed Palumbo starts 16th. And Givaldo Spindola starts in 17th position. I think we got it this time. Ooh, let's hope. Race keys here tonight. Patience on passing, man. You don't want to burn up your tires going through the corners. Get your good track position. Keep it. Pit stops on point and limit that aggressive driving. It'll burn up your tires tonight. And Claudio Bardelli Jr. will lead the field to take the green flag as the 83 brand new paint scheme there for Franco Alvarez starts in 2nd. A lot of cars out here tonight, 18 drivers, so be careful here. Not going to win it on the first lap. I think everybody who knows anything about racing knows that. Lights are out on the pace car, and it's off. Here we go, baby. Green flag here at Richmond.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, we're off to the races, baby. As Bardelli Jr., good start there for him. Jumps out to a pretty good lead there. Franco Alvarez might have made contact with the outside wall. And he's got a couple drivers there hounding him. Franco Alvarez made contact. We got a good race here for the 3rd position, but it looks like Chris Hughes going to have to dump into the 4th spot as the 63 Gelson Neto picks up the 3rd spot. Look at this battle here. Craig Marizon and Benor Silva. Marizon giving Silva a lot of room. Oh, looks like we might have a yellow flag. Yellow flag, and it looks like Dennis Judic's come around. So Judicin off the pace. Maybe Pavlov off the race or off the pace as well. Looks like he's got it gathered back up, as Giulio Caligari might have gotten into this. Take a look and see what happened here. These guys are 3 wide. Right there, looked like the 4 had gotten, oh, that was Caligari come around, so that might have been a separate incident there. Take a look here, Jesus Iglesias. Got all kinds of racing going. We got all kinds of spinning out going on here. Iglesias gets it gathered up. So those are other incidents. And the one that brought out the caution, I think, might have been this one here. And it looked like the 47 came up the track and got into the 62. It looked like Judicin got into the back of the 62 car. So there were a couple little incidents there. So that incident there. As the 62 came around, but that was a different deal there. These guys are 3 wide. Looked like the 6 was off pace, but the 4 tried to cut in. And then also there was some connection there with the... we had 2 separate incidents. Here's the other one. And, wow, it looked like the 47 came up quite a bit on that one. He came over there and got into the 62. This is the one that, this is a separate even from that. So we had about 3 different incidents here. Maybe the guy's getting checked up. Those guys got it gathered up there, it looked like. I think we had a couple different incidents there going on at the same time. Wow. All right, first caution flag. We do have a couple of drivers on the down on pit lane. Looks like the 54 has made a pit stop. Also, Caligari also on pit lane in the 6. So the 19 is our race leader under our first caution flag here on lap 8. So a couple different incidents there happening pretty much at the same time. Actually, it looked like there were 3. I think this is a track, even though you're going to be around drivers all night long here, there's really not any way around that. You're going to have to race the track. You're going to have to really monitor your right side tire temperatures as the pace car comes off. You're getting ready to go back green. Driving it too hard to get around somebody here early on, probably not worth the trouble. You're just going to end up giving that position back or maybe causing an accident.
Green
So
flag,
it's
go,
really,
go, go.
really easy to happen here. As Bardelli Jr., another good start here for him. Alvarez a little bit better on that start, but he's on that outside. As the 19 is the leader, looked like Jesus Iglesias had come down pit lane. 83, Franco Alvarez just behind him. Stanislav Pavlov and Archer Vieira side by side as Givaldo Spindola following behind in a 68, 54 and Palumbo in this mix. And a 4 on his way back to the front. So Vieira getting by Stanislav Pavlov now up to the 11th position. Pavlov back to 12th. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is the leader here in the 19. The 83, Franco Alvarez running in second. The 63, Gelson Neto starting to close in on the back of the 83 car. On board here with Gelson Neto in the 63. Got that Ford up front. He's a top Ford, Bardelli Jr. is the top Ford. He's a second Ford in line. Top Chevy is the 83. Denor Silva starting to close in on these guys too. If you look out of the back of Gelson Neto's machine. Denor Silva now starting to close in here in the 4th position. Chris Hughes is in 5th. Been a while since we've seen Chris Hughes running in that 7 car in the 5th position. Running in P5 behind him is Sean Jacobs in the 24 AMD Vulcan sponsor machine. Archie Vieira here continuing to move up. Look at this. The 12 up on the high side as John Stanley has to give up a position there to Archie Vieira. And Vieira is on the move, man. He wants to get the car back up front. He sees championship hopes here really could stem on this race. Dana Grover in the 89 letting Vieira go by. Bardelli Jr. in control, but Franco Alvarez right there. A little classic Ford versus Chevy battle. Tony Furtado on the inside as Archer Vieira going back to the outside line here, trying to get by. Oh, he might have made a little contact with the wall. Vieira might have made contact with the wall, trying to get by on the high side. And Tony Furtado has got a mirror full of the 4 car right now. Craig Marizon just ahead. He sees this battle. 60 car. Right now running in the 7th position. Tony Furtado in P8. 9th is Archer Vieira. Franco Alvarez diving down to the inside. Franco Alvarez to the inside of Claudio Bardelli Jr. This is for the race lead. Oh, drifting up a little bit. He gets the bite he needs off the turn and settles in and takes over the race lead for the 19. At 19, looks like he was back around. Alvarez showing some muscle there. Gelson Neto now starting to hound this 19 car. Franco Alvarez claiming the race lead, and now Gelson Neto trying to get by the 19 as well. Good exit for the 19 off that turn. This the 60 of Craig Marizon getting by Chris Hughes. So the 60 Magpul Dynamic sponsor machine now up to P5. And we got a battle here behind. Sean Jacobs getting around Chris Hughes. Archer Vieira looking to get around as well. Wow, getting racy. Holy Toledo. Take a look here as Archer Vieta getting around Sean Jacobs. Jacobs battling on the outside line. Not so fast, he says. AMD Vulcan sponsor machine. And he is holding on. So Marizon has solidified his P5. Sean Jacobs holding on to P6. Archer Vieta wanting around. Take a look at Tony Furtado. Good to see Tony out here tonight. He's had a busy week. Been out here for a good 8th place run right now, and maybe to getting that 9 car up to P7 here. There's John Stanley starting to close in as well. See John Stanley back there. He fly through the car. Gonna learn how to fly my drone. Take a look at that. John Stanley, Stanislav Pavlov, and Chris Hughes. Gilmar Peixoto in the 71, 68. Rivaldo Spindler way up the track as Peixoto gets by. Look at that Peixoto. Look at that concentration. Gilmar Peixoto at the wheel right now. Artur Vieta, another good run here on the 24 car. Artur Vieta to the inside of the 24. And he might have him cleared this time. And he does. So Artur Vieta moving up a slot. And look at that, Benor Silva. Craig Marizon starting to battle it out. Artur Vieta's got to get this car back up front. Benor Silva running in the 4th position. Good run here for him. Looking at the back of Silva's machine. Vieta now closing in on Marizon, giving it a shot. Artur Vieta to the bottom line to Craig Marizon. Oh, boy. Gelson Neto now getting losing a position to Benor Silva. Gelson Neto now back to the 4th spot as Silva takes over P3. Take a look at this pass as Silva goes down to the bottom side. Gelson Neto in that Pennzoil sponsor machine up on the outside line, and Benor Silva picking up that spot. Gelson Neto not fighting too hard here early on. He realizes big picture. Franco Alvarez is the leader, and he's opened up about a 1.4 seconds lead. About a second and a half right now for Alvarez. Stanislav Pavlov is 62. Closing in on the 9. Stanislav been off for a little bit. Good to see him back out. One of the great Russian drivers. And he gets around Tony Furtado. Furtado in the 9. He's not happy being back there. He was peeking around like he was going to get back, but looks like a couple Camaros have settled it. Gelson Neto having all sorts of problems with Craig Marizon. Gelson Neto left the outside open, and these guys are making it work. The 24 going to get by. 60 car got around and in 5th. And behind, we got a good battle there. Sean Jacobs, Gelson Neto, Stanislav Pavlov. Oh, Pavlov way up the track. Gelson Neto. Pavlov was in the hunt there for a second. Gelson Neto said, I don't think so. Look at this. Oh, Neto got up the track right there. And he left the door open for the 9. Whoa, boy, that's a tight race. And Neto into the outside wall. Neto gets into the outside wall as the 9 gets by. We might see a battle right here. Wow. That got crazy. And I don't think that's over. Pavlov got way up and outside, and I'll tell you, man, that guy a little crazy. Franco Alvarez likes where he's at. He is way out front. 1.4, 1.5 seconds. We're jumping back here. There we go. Stanislav Pavlov has got that run on Gelson Neto. And he gets around. So Neto has had a busy little bit here. Let's take a look at this going back just a bit ago. Gelson Neto and Craig Marizon battling side by side. And Sean Jacobs snuck through as well, I believe. This is a little bit earlier. Just doing a replay of this. And look at that 60 car. Gets a heck of a run. And he's just pulling that 24. Down the straight into the turn. And left a little room open. But Sean Jacobs able to use that outside. He kept it out of the wall. Wow. Gelson Neto is having a workout right now. Alvarez has extended that lead to 1.8 seconds over Claudio Bardelli Jr. Take a look at Dana Grover here at 89. He's running in the 12th position. Been a quiet night here for Dana. We've got a lot of laps to go. We're only 40 laps in. We're getting ready to start that second, third. Is the 89 hoping to improve here after pit stops. Jesus Iglesias in the 22. Getting around, or it looks like Jomar's had some trouble, I believe. So he is off the pace on pit lane. So something's going on with the 71 truck or car. New truck series on Tuesdays. Our race leader is Franco Alvarez. Opened up a pretty sizable gap. We got a change up front here with Arthur Vieta down on the bottom side of Benor Silva. Silva might have gotten into the outside wall. And it looks like Arthur Vieta is going to pick up a spot. He's now in P3. And Silva falls back to the 4th position. I'll tell you what an impressive run Arthur Vieta has had. He worked his way up through traffic and has now a 3rd place car. And he might be the fastest car on the track. He had to really work to get around. Look at this, the 89. Speaking of getting around, 89 down on the bottom side of the 7. And Chris Hughes on the high side. Dana Grover picking up a spot. So good battle there. Grover says, I'm not sure I've gotten away from him yet. Chris Hughes looking to close back in. So great Toyota versus Chevy battle here. The Toyota going to win out for now. 46 laps in. You got to be thinking some green flag pit stops here pretty soon if it stays green. Take a look at John Stanley. He's running in the 12 car. He is in the 9th position, kind of out there by himself right now, hoping those guys get a little bit racy. He's got a pretty good gap between he and Gelson Neto, who's behind in the 63. John Stanley, one of our great Canadian drivers in that Tim Horton-sponsored Ford. And he is running in the 9th position. Oh, Stanislav Pavlov leaving the door open here for Tony Furtado. These guys were battling a little bit earlier. Furtado had gotten around. Now Pavlov reclaims that position at Ghostbusters-sponsored Chevy. Tony Furtado now falling back to the 8th spot. Stanislav is in P7. Talk too much here about Giulio Caligari here tonight. He's running in the 6th car, and he is in the 15th position. Definitely hoping to get caught back here, once pit stops shake out. Some guys are going to have some trouble on pit lane. Some guys just going to get on more slowly than others. And we might have a caution flag too, but he's running in P15. He is the last car on the lead lap, and the race leader is closing in. Looking out of the back of Caligari's machine. And I think at this point I would probably try to fight because you've got a car just ahead of you, and that is Dennis Judichin. Not too far ahead is the next guy in line. So Caligari now is one lap down, and he's in the lucky dog position. And he's up on the outside wall there. Oh no, that's the 22 car of Jesus Iglesias in the outside wall. The 6 getting by. Battle up front here is the 60 and the 24 battling it out. The 60 car up into the outside wall just a little bit. Looked like he made contact as the 24 going to work his way through. And Stanislav Pavlov looking to close in as well. Chris Hughes in the 7 car battling the 63. Chris Hughes gets by. So that 7 car now picks up P11. Gelson Neto now falls back to the 12th position. Something not right now for the Gelson Neto machine. He has continued to fall back here after we had that first caution flag. So Gelson Neto sees himself in the 12th position. Tony Furtado, Craig Marizon battling it out. Craig Marizon on the high side of that 60 car, but the 9, the Camaro, Tony Furtado. Oh boy, is he going to get the crossover? Whoa, man. That was a good pass. A little bit of a gentleman-like manner by the 60 car. I think he could have definitely pushed the issue. Tony Furtado looking out of the back here at Craig Marizon. And we're going to start seeing pit stops here. Green flag pit stops, I believe, are underway. So, 83 even mentioned he's going to be coming down pit lane this time by. So look at this, the 83 coming down pit lane. And that may leave Bardelli Jr. out here to get some laps led. Sean Jacobs on pit lane. In the 24. Alvarez on pit lane as well. Not a very good camera angle there. Pit crew can't get into camera time, can they? So you take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. continue to lead. Franco Alvarez has finished up his pit stop. Now closes comes back out on the track and in the 11th position. 19 has been out there for a bit. He might be doing some math here. Getting it around Giulio Caligari, putting him a lap down. Now, I suspect he's working the calculator. Benor Silva is in the 2nd position. Maybe both those guys working that calculator. See some of those guys on fresh tires getting back around. Pavlov and Grover both on pit lane as we speak. John Stanley getting back by. He was a lap car getting by Bardelli, and looking at Stanislav Pavlov's finished up his pit stop. Now coming back out here on lap 61. He is in the 13th position. Got to be thinking that Bardelli Jr. is going to be coming down pit lane here fairly shortly. Take a look at Gelson Neto in the 16th position in this 63 car. He's hoping that things start to shake out a little bit here as far as pit stops, but the 63 running in P16, and he has not had the night I think he wanted to have. But that's all part of it, and we got some racing going on. Givaldo Spindler running in 10th. It looks like Ed Palumbo running in the second position. He and Franco Alvarez behind him a little bit back, but Ed Palumbo trying to weave his way through traffic here in this 54 car. And Bardelli Jr. have a pretty substantial lead. These guys might be on different pit stop strategies because the Mellow Yellow sponsor machine has got a pretty decent sized lead here on Alvarez, about a 6-second lead. And I am hearing that maybe Bardelli might be coming down pit lane here fairly soon. Artur Vieta, I'm hearing maybe on the radio, come down pit lane. Gelson Neto getting by as Uderchin coming back out on the track, I believe, after making pit stop. So Uderchin gets his pit stop in. So some of these guys may be on a little strategy as we see the race leader, Claudio Bardelli Jr., come in, and he stayed out for quite a bit longer than the rest of these guys. So this 19 might have something up his sleeve. That gives a race lead to Ed Palumbo here in the 54. Franco Alvarez shown in second, about 4 seconds back. And I think Ed's going to probably have to come down pit lane as well. And it does look like Ed Palumbo is coming down pit lane. So Ed Palumbo on pit lane here in the 54. And that's going to give the race lead back to Franco Alvarez. Givaldo also on pit lane. And he missed his pit stall. Big time problems there for Givaldo. Ed Palumbo's finished up his pit stop, coming back out on track in this 54. Now back in the 13th position. Givaldo missed his pit stall and had to back up. And he has got a pretty substantial amount of time that he's going to be on pit lane now, it looks like. Franco Alvarez down to the bottom of the 71. Gilmar Peixoto running in P18. He's 6 laps down. He had some trouble there early on in the race. And the 83 had a 4.6 second lead over Artur Vieta. Gelson Neto now working his way back up to the 12th position. Again, a different pit sequence here for the the 63 truck. A little bit different pit sequence for him. Artur Vieta has climbed back up to P2, 4.7 seconds behind the race leader. And he drove this car really, really hard in that first run to get some track position. Had some trouble there on the start. We had the quickie caution, but then he worked his way back and now finds himself in the second position. Sean Jacobs running in third, but the 9 of Tony Furtado starting to climb up onto the back of him. So side-by-side racing here between the 9 and the 24. This is fourth position. 24, Sean Jacobs going to give up a spot there to Tony Furtado. Furtado now up to P3. He's got a fast car tonight. Take a look at Dana Grover here. He has worked his way back to the 10th position. A little bit of trouble there early on. And now a good top 10 run here, just hoping to pick him off. And he's running in P10 in this 89 car. Gelson Neto, looks like he might have lost his connection here. We'll see. And it does look like he's lost his connection. He has trouble with his connection there. I really feel for that guy. As Alvarez, the leader, out of Vieira is second. Furtado up to third position. Sean Jacobs fourth. Stanislav Pavlov is running in P5. Gelson didn't quite have the race that he wanted to have. It looks like he is retired. He's going to end up finishing, I think, in the 18th position. Tough break there for Gelson. Take a look at our sixth place car, and that is Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the sixth spot. He's about 3.4 seconds behind P5. Just behind him, about a second back, is Benor Silva. Silva is running in the seventh position. A pretty good run here for Benor Silva. Claudio Bardelli Jr.'s led a lot of laps. John Stanley has a good top 10 run. He's running in the 8th spot in this 12 car, the Tim Horton-sponsored Ford. And he's been pretty racy here. About the middle of that run, he got pretty racy. He is slowly chipping away and maybe getting a top 5 here tonight. Greg Marzon had some pretty good battles here earlier, running in the 9th position in the 60. Magpul Dynamics sponsor machine, one of our great Michigan drivers. And a good top 10 run here for him. And rounding out the top 10 is Dana Grover. Indy 89, one of our Canadian drivers, racing from that Trax VR facility tonight. So good to see him on the track, sporting the Trax VR logo. And thanks to those guys for providing a place for people to race up there in that Calgary area. I believe they have some other places in Canada as well, but Dana tonight racing in the Calgary store facility. He's running in the 11th spot. Chris Hughes, he's running in 10th. Chris Hughes running in the 11th position in his 7th. Good run here for him. So everybody's sort of shaking out right now. They are where they are.
Yellow.
Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh, just as soon as I said that, a yellow flag. Didn't mean to jinx it. It looks like Caligari here in the 6th has come around. So Giulio Caligari came around and brought out the yellow. Let's take a look. Looks like maybe Dana Grover will get the lucky dog. He was a lap down. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Looks like the 6. Oh, he got a little bit loose there. Wow. Oh, hard lick. I don't know if he hit the outside wall or what, but coming into the corner, yeah, he just got loose. Just kind of a bad entry there, and I don't know what the heck went on. That thing just snapped to the left. Holy smokes. I think Jesus might have had a look at this. I'm not sure if that was him. Somebody there had a look at it. Maybe it might have been the 54. Take a look here. It just broke loose right there. Oh, the 4 would have had us. Broke loose on him. He is high side into the corner and just broke loose. Let's see if we can get that again. Got to get the camera to the right spot. There's 15 of these cameras we do not need. On board here. That was on the board with the 12 car. It's almost like I have never broadcast a race tonight. or raced before. We'll take a look here as Caligari just broke loose in that 6. Didn't collect anybody else. Go back to live here as we see the 6 coming down pit lane. So he's definitely going to have a start at the end of the longest line penalty. Dana Grover up to the lead here, getting some laps led. So a good long green flag run there. That was nice. And Dana Grover going to get some laps led and now come down pit lane, I believe. Maybe let these guys go. Not sure what his plan here is in the 89. Like he was coming down pit lane. Maybe took a wave around. He got the lucky dog, so he may be coming down pit lane here to start at the end of the longest line. The 83 is the leader. It looks like he is fainting, like he's going to come down pit lane here. We'll see. He's here on the front stretch. Looks like we've got some wave rounds. So the 83 and the 4 will start side by side here on this restart. Remember, that 4 car has been lightning fast, so I don't know if Alvarez wanted to see that or not. The 4 has really done a great job of weaving his way through the cars, through the field, through the pack. Now the pace car's off. Here we go, getting ready to go green. The 9 and the 24 start in the back of those two front leaders, or the front two.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Back to green. So Arthur Vieta has jumped out to the lead. Franco Alvarez is in second. So Vieta got a good start. Patient, got around Vieta. Good pass there for the race lead. And I told you, man, I think Franco Alvarez had a little bit on his hands. Little bit on his hands. A handful, I should say, as the 4 gets around. Alvarez now back to the second position, and he's not able to run away from Bardelli. Well, Vieta has clearly, in my opinion, had the fastest car here tonight. We'll see how the long run goes if these guys are able to do a long run. Let's take a look at that pass for the race lead. The 9 maybe giving it a little bit of a shove as the 4 car gets by the 83, showing some muscle. So Arthur Vieta to the race lead. Let's take a look at this. Sean Jacobs and Craig Marizon down the backstretch. Jacobs on the outside. Craig Marizon in the 60 on the inside. This is a fist fight right now. These guys realize we are past the halfway mark. Time to go, baby. And it looks like the 24 holds on to that spot. Great job to the 24 Vulcan-sponsored Chevy team. Marizon has to tuck in. He's in the 9th position. Sean Jacobs is in P8. Claudio Bardelli Jr. now. Look at that 3 wide. Claudio Bardelli Jr. slipping through the middle here. Battling Franco Alvarez. So the 19 showing some muscle. Now the 19 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. up to P2. Jesus Iglesias and Givaldo Spinelli here battling. Jesus. He's had a tough night here tonight, but he is in the new paint scheme, and he's up to the 16th position. And Archer Vieira, the leader. And he's shown a lot of muscle here tonight. Weaved his way through traffic on that first run. And some timely yellow flags have enabled him to get to the front. Take a look at John Stanley here in the 12. Tim Horton sponsor machine. Stanislav Pavlov to the inside. Good battle there. Pavlov in second or seventh position. John Stanley running in the sixth spot. As the 62 going to make his way around. John Stanley had to keep it out of the wall. So when now Pavlov up to the sixth spot as John Stanley falls back to P7. Pavlov on the move here in the brand new paint scheme. He's got the 62 with the Ghostbusters theme. Franco Alvarez now closing in on Benor Silva. Silva had got around. He'd gotten around, and we missed that pass. We'll take a look at that as Alvarez reclaiming that position. So Benor Silva had gotten around Franco. Take a look at this outside. Silva using the outside line, getting around that Mobil 1 sponsor machine. I don't know whether he made contact with the race wall or not. But Alvarez says, hey, I want back by. I'm not going to give up this spot that easily. And a good battle here as Alvarez was patient. And he's going to end up getting back by Benor Silva. Silva got loose right there. That was what happened. Silva got crazy loose. Trying to hold on to that, back into that car, wanting to come around, and that's what happened. Wow, Silva was wrecked right there. What a great job of saving that. Now Tony Furtado climbing in here as the 9 looking to move forward. The 9 to the inside of the 5. Whoa, man. Benor Silva has got a crazy handful right now. Archer Vieira says, I want nothing to do with that.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, we got a spin. It looks like Jesus Iglesias might have come around. Looks like Jesus up on the outside walls. Those guys go around, losing a ton of positions here, but he is facing the wrong way on the track. Let's take a look and see what happened. He got loose right there. He just got loose into the inside wall. And then, up into the 47. Contact there. The 47 got hit. Wow. Yeah, he just got loose right here. And then climbs up the track. Gets into the 47 to 68. Just misses it. And those guys in the wall. And I'll tell you what, Uderchin had nowhere to go. Uderchin had absolutely nowhere to go on board here with him. He's just wanting to get through, and then he sees a whole lot of that 22. Wow, what a tough break there for Uderchin. So back under yellow. And we do have pit stops underway here on lap 107. Some chatters in here. Gordon Carter. Let's go Den Luck. Well, Den Luck had some bad luck right there. A little bit of bad luck. And hopefully he'll get that repaired, get back out. And it looks like Hammer in here as well. Preston Hassel missed the race tonight. It's all right, man. Life gets in the way sometimes. This guy's battling off pit lane right there, or on pit lane. So it looks like Ed Palumbo got the lucky dog. And good news for the 54. So he'll get a lap back, get back on the lead lap, and get to make a pit stop. John Stanley finishing up his pit stop here in the 12, coming back out on track. He's shown in the 10th position. I think he will be P9 once we get things shaken out. Udichin on pit lane, getting some repairs done to that machine. Tough break there for Dennis Udichin. It just got caught up in that accident. Nowhere to go, got pinched up in the wall. So Alvarez is the leader. Tony Furtado shown second. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is third. Artur Vieta fourth. Benner Silva is fifth. Craig Marizon sixth. Dana Grover starts in the seventh position. Sean Jacobs eighth. Stanley will start ninth. And Pavlov will start in the 10th position. So a little bit different look here, as I think I don't think Vieira really wanted to see that caution flag. So now he finds himself back to the fourth spot. Furtado, he likes where he's at. He's now up in P2. So there may be some tire strategy situation going on here with some of these guys. Bardelli Jr. climbs back up to the third position. Then Vieta will start on the outside in fourth. Silva and Marizon will start side by side, I believe, in row number 3. I think the aggressiveness is going to really pick up now. I mean, you were looking at 20-ish to go, and it's go time. There's no long run now. This is a short run. Udichin still on pit lane, taking service. Looks like also Jesus Iglesias on pit lane. Both those guys, a lot of damage getting repaired. And Franco Alvarez is going to lead the field to go back to green.
Green flag, green flag.
Remember, Vieta and Bardelli Jr. had his number here in that run before the caution flag came out. And a good side-by-side battle there between Bardelli and Furtado. And Bardelli gets by. Furtado has to tuck into the third position. We got a battle here with Benner Silva and Artur Vieta, however. Silva to the inside. Vieta will use it as outside line. He's got to run. He's way up against the wall. Oh, no, he almost made it 3 wide right there. He thought better of it. And we got another caution flag. Caution flag. Oh, be darned. Looked like maybe Caligari might have come around. Caligari still having some trouble here in the 6th. So something's going on with Giulio Caligari. Take a look here. Givaldo to the inside. And Givaldo comes up off that white line and gets into the 6th. Oh, and into the inside wall. Man. And he is waiting for these guys to come around. This has got to be a sick feeling knowing you're going to lose all these positions. Let's take a look here. This looked like Givaldo got down below the white line, came up the track, and got into the 6th. Just a lot of oomph here, and he comes up the track, gets into that 6 car. It's a tough place to make a pass. Yeah, Palumbo might have had a look at this out of the back of his car. You see that contact. So guys are really just arguing for real estate and not much time left. Not much time left. We take a look at Alvarez, or we will once we get the camera on. There you go. Take a look at Alvarez in the 83. One of those camera angles there. I have to keep changing it manually, so it's taking some of my attention away from the race tonight. Franco Alvarez, the leader. Bardelli Jr. in second. Both these guys are fast. I think Alvarez probably a little faster than the 83. This would be than the 19. Vieira is in third. He's fast. So you still have some really fast trucks or cars up here. Silva as well. Furtado, a little bit of a new look for him tonight in the 9. And he is having a good night. He's running in P4. So we could have some championship implications here tonight. Really could. We see if we can't get the standings up here real quick. Top in standings, Bardelli, Vieira, there they are up front. Udichin took a little bit of a hit tonight. Gordon Carter also. Franco Alvarez is in 5th. So that's the standings coming into tonight. Top 5. Alvarez wants the inside line. Bardelli Jr. has been pretty good up on that outside line. Vieira's been really good on the outside line. But he's going to have to start on the inside behind Alvarez. Furtado starts on the outside, row 2. Silva and Marizon will be in row 3. Grover and Stanley, row 4, and row 5 will be Jacobs and Pavlov. So we're getting ready to go back green. Will this stay green to the end? Go back, we'll have 13 laps to go as the pace car comes off. Getting a good start here could be everything, man. 83
Green flag, go,
up
go,
on
go.
the wheel, and he gets a good start. Good start there for the 83. The 19 going down to the bottom side. Furtado battling the 4. Furtado and Vieira. Bernard Silva in this mix. Furtado staying to that high side. Oh, Vieira. Wow, Furtado trying to do a crossover move. Furtado trying to do a little crossover. Ah, they're going to get together. No, boy, Furtado had to catch it. He's going to lose another position. Wow. And he tucks in. His 60 gave him some room. Holy Toledo. And his 60 going to the outside. Dana Grover in this mix. Holy Toledo. This is a mess right now. The 60 now trying to get by Furtado, and we got some wrangling going on back behind. Look at that, Dana Grover, 24, Sean Jacobs. You guys all getting after it. John Stanley as well. Wow, what a fist fight. Holy Toledo, Franco Alvarez has the lead. We got some racing going on here. Alvarez got about a 0.3 of a second lead. We got somebody going through the grass. Somebody went through the grass. And it might have been Pavlov. Let's take a look. Pavlov here. Oh, there's contact there with the 12, and he's through the grass. Does he hold on to that thing? Wow, that Ghostbuster sponsor machine. How in the world did he hang on to that? Holy Toledo. That was crazy. Let's take a look here. There was contact between the 62 and the 12, and the 62 through the grass. Holy smokes. John Stanley, Dana Grover here having a fist fight right now. Battle for the dominance of Canada. What do they have, an emperor there, or a king, or a prime minister? What is it there? 89 on the outside. That Trucks VR sponsor machine. Tim Hortons. Ford on the inside. And Dana Grover using some of that Camry muscle. Oh, John Stanley drifts up just a little bit. That's going to leave the door open for Ed Palumbo, maybe, as he's able to gather that up and pick off Dana Grover. Holy Toledo. Rico Alvarez in control. I'll tell you what, man, with 4 laps to go, these guys having a fist fight now. Ed Palumbo in the 54 Mella Yellow Sponsor machine. I knew that. You guys still, respect the Queen of England, right? You guys are part of the Commonwealth or something like that? 89 and the 54. Good battle here. Our New York drivers and our Calgary area driver, the 89, Dana Grover. Grover holding on to that spot. Battle here, the 4 getting around the 19. Does he have enough time? Does he get around the 19? Does he have enough time to try to close in on Alvarez? Bardelli Jr. holding on to that spot, but Alvarez, I'll tell you what, he does not want to see those guys climbing up under the back. Rico Alvarez. This guy's getting racy, but that's going to give the room, I think, that Alvarez needs to be able to pull off the victory here. Cross the start-finish line. We'll have one to go.
Yellow.
Oh, no! Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Overtime. Denis Yunichin's come around, it looks like. Also, maybe Stanislav Pavlov's come around. Chris Hughes off the pace as well. Wow! Let's take a look and see what happened. Chris Hughes into 7. Oh, he gets into the back of the 62 a wee bit, and the 47 has to get out of the throttle. Man, I tell you what, Yunichin took a hit, didn't he? Wow. Those guys got crazy right there. 7 sideways. Yunichin trying to miss it, gets into the 22. Man. And Yunichin was definitely not the benefactor here. Look at this. This is going to be a hard lick for him into the outside wall. And also Iglesias. Man. Now, I can't imagine somebody coming down pit lane. Are they coming down pit lane? No way. That's not happening. Funny stuff. We're back live here. Oof. Late race. We were approaching 1 to go, weren't we? We were pretty darn close to 1 to go. But we didn't quite get there. Now, I don't think, the front guys are going to come down pit lane. That would be senseless for those guys to do that. But, maybe Bardelli Jr. wanted to see this because that allows him to close back in. That allows him to close back in. We're going to have a green white checker, of course. A little overtime action. That also puts Artivieta in play. Benner Silva's in play here. So the guys in the back, hey, why not? Come down pit lane. The guys in the front, not so much. So a green-white checker here. Wow. Going to do a little reset. Alvarez, Bardelli, Vieira, Silva, Marizon, the top 5. Jacobs, Furtado, Stanley, Palumbo, Pavlov, rounding out the top 10. It's all take now. I mean, there's no backing off. You're not going to be giving anybody any spots. No. Got a green-white checker. Well, the one to go. Here we go. Next time by. Got a green-white checker. The 83 and the 19 side by side. The 4 could be the sleeper. Don't forget about the 5. Some very, very skilled drivers up front here tonight. Alvarez will control the restart here in the 83. Marizon will start in 5th. Jacobs will start 6th. Which looks like Jacobs will start in the 6th position on the outside. Here we go. Getting ready to go back green for green-white checker here at Richmond.
Go.
Oh, Vieira got a good start on the inside and gets underneath Bardelli. Now can he close in on the 83? That's going to help the 83. That's side-by-side racing off the turn. And Bardelli Jr.'s pinching Vieira. One lap to go. Here we go. The 5 inching up into this mix. Good battle here. Alvarez wants to see those battles behind. One last shot here for the 19. Hard into the turn. Drifted up. Alvarez sideways and across the line sideways. Wow. Getting a little cocky. Franco Alvarez getting the win. What a finish there for Alvarez. Wow, good job, Franco Alvarez. Not the drone flyer, believe me. It's whenever they change direction on the track, and suddenly what's forward is not forward anymore. So good job, Franco Alvarez, on getting the win. And a good race, good strategy race. And a good race here at Richmond. Wow. So Alvarez, another win. Brand new paint scheme, same results. So congratulations to Franco on getting the win. Let's take a look at the final results. Franco Alvarez gets the win here as Claudio Bardelli Jr. picks up P2. Archie Vieira finished in the 3rd position. Benner Silva finishes in P4. Craig Marizon, good battle there for him. Finishes in P5. Sean Jacobs is 6th. Dana Grover finishes in the 7th position. John Stanley 8th. Ed Palumbo in the 54 finishes in 9th. And Stanislav Pavlov finishes in P10. Finishing in 11th is Chris Hughes. Tony Furtado finishes in the 12th position. Dennis Udich in 13th. Givaldo Spindle 14th. Jesus Iglesias finishes in the 15th position. Julio Caligari 16th. Gilmar Peixoto 17th. And Gelson Neto finishes in P18. So a great job to Franco Alvarez. Another race win. And we'll see if we can't get him up in the booth with us. Well, what a run there by Franco. All right, we got Franco Alvarez joining us up here in the booth, and what a run there for you, man. I'll tell you what, you had some fast cars here tonight to contend with. Bardelli Jr. and Vieira were really, really solid. Talk about how this race went for you.
I tell you, man, it's exceptionally hard to win a race nowadays. Holy cow.
Well, you had that untimely caution there at the end. How did that affect, how you were going to do things? You kind of fainted. Nobody, I think, was going to buy on that fainting coming down pit road. What was your concerns there on that restart?
Well, that caution at the end absolutely killed my strategy and my run. Like, I had a 5-second, 6-second lead on second and 12 or 13 seconds on third. Suddenly, everybody saw my bumper, so yeah, it was hard, it was frustrating. And I still don't know why I was so slow on that run, where I went from first to fourth. I need to figure it out because that was pretty bad. But yeah, with the strategy, I regained the track position. That was enough to keep the lead.
Well, man, you had some super, super talented drivers up there with Arthur Vieira, Bardelli Jr., Ben or Silva. Those guys are just rock solid. What was it like to race with those guys? And, you had to follow them for a little bit. What was that like for you?
I mean, it's super fun, man. Like, you need to be on your absolute limit every single lap, every single corner, on every decision. You need to be on your limit, literally, because as you saw, I had not the best pace in the world, but I didn't have a pace to be 15, and I went from first to fourth. So you can't blink. You literally can't blink. No mistakes allowed. So yeah, that makes this thing really, really fun.
Well, an interesting race coming up next week. Very different track. We're looking at Michigan International. It's been a while since we've been there in the Buschwackers series. What's your feelings coming in next week at Michigan?
Not great, to be honest. That's a track that's not kind to me. I either had a really, really good run or I finished outside the top 10 for some reason. So I need to figure out that track and try to learn from mistakes and make a good run. Like as we did today, We put the number 83 for the first time, Mobile 1 Chevy Camaro on victory lane. It's a pleasure to have this, this brand on the car. And first race, first win. Really happy.
Yeah, you're always going with the red and black and white colors, man. Do you have any other colors in your toolbox there?
I do, orange and blue. If you want, I can make a car with that color for me.
That's all right. I'll take the 0 on that. Well, congratulations, man. Good job on all the paint schemes, too, and thank you very much. I know the drivers really appreciate that. You do a great job. I gave you a scenario for the trucks, and what was it, 2 days I had a fully finished truck, and it looked completely awesome, man. So your work is unmatched. Really appreciate the work you do.
I'm so happy you like the cars. That's my way of helping the league with something. Maybe to just make the cars look better. That's how I can help. So it's a pleasure every time.
All right. Good luck next week at Michigan.
Thanks. Thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed the race.
So that's Franco Alvarez joining us here. Good job to Franco, man. Big win there for the 83. Very impressive job for him. Wow, man, what a race that was. It really was, we had a couple cautions there to sort of bunch some things got up again, and some good side-by-side racing, some guys hanging on for dear life, some pit strategy, all kinds of ingredients for this recipe tonight. What a good job these guys did. Well, we got some more Richmond racing coming up tomorrow. It's Saturday, July the 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be at Richmond in the Cup Series. The Saturday Night Thunder, 130-lap race, and it should be a fun one. The high-octane racing tough trucks will be in action on Tuesday, July the 30th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be Phoenix Raceway. Great track, man. I think it's 5 turns. I get some argument with that. It's 4 turns, just a big kink in one of those in one of the straightaways. I think it's 5 turns, man. Almost races like a road course in a way. It's a 110-lap race. It's race number 4 of the Tough Truck Series season, and that's coming up on Tuesday, July the 30th. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. How about some WordPress hosting, some online store hosting, or VPS hosting? Those are available through EliteHostingUSA.com as well. And that's who provides our services at HighOctaneRacing.net. Don't forget to join me by clicking on the link in the TurnLeftTV channel, clicking on that thumbs up button, clicking on the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and then smash the bell, baby. You get updates when races are going live. And as I was saying, our servers here at HighOctaneRacing.net, provided by Elite Hosting. And don't forget to join us over there. By the way, you get a quick link to our Discord server where you can join us for some racing. Come on in, introduce yourself, review the rules. We'll get you started, and pretty helpful. So be a little proactive on that, and you can be out here racing with some of these guys. Well, that's going to do it for me tonight, man. I want to say thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on Turn Left TV. Really appreciate it. Congratulations to Franco Alvarez on the big win. Until next time, I am out of here.